even if it's not there, I will try and find something about the character that I can manipulate into that place. Because we're all a bit like that, aren't we? I mean, I defy anyone to say I wake up in the morning and I'm just a superhero all day and I do great things and then I go home at night and I have no guilt and I have no darkness. I think as human beings, we are all kind of wonderfully flawed, and we spend most of our lives kind of either dealing with guilt or trying to do better.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons that I think I enjoy being an actor, because when I choose a character, I try to choose a character that's better than me or worse than me. But, I mean, in a way, the most boring thing on the planet would be to play someone that's just like me. Well, as a European, I guess I'm quite used to working from that base, and actually a film set really doesn't change according to where you are on the planet. Different perspectives are interesting though, and I think particularly down to aesthetics, they can be altered. I think there's a European aesthetic, particularly with female characters, which is much more kind of broken down and real, and it's something which I think made our show quite unique to an American audience. But also attitudes, the ways that people communicate, and you know, working in Germany, which I know to be and found to be a very progressive place, I think it was really interesting to put that on screen. So, you know, in the first season, you see the head of the BFV who's married to a man, and women in incredibly kind of prominent positions in the again in the BFV and in government, and it's not an unusual thing. It's very, very normal.
Yeah.
And I think that was very important, and everyone was striving towards that. I can tell you there's an aspiration probably for 5 seasons. Season 3 will be very, very different. There will be a very different creative team, different writers, different directors, possibly different actors. Today in this place, I don't actually know if my services are required. I'm not going to assume they are, but it's exciting because you know, they could throw away the entire story and try something completely new, or they could pick up the threads of where we've been and then progress down another road. So that's an exciting prospect, because you know, work like this, and also a subject matter like this, has to move forward. It has to, you know, alter and change, and as the political landscape out there changes, so do we. You know, I started this career as a classical dancer.
Really?
Yeah. But I never really made it to a professional level, and then I moved into musical theatre, and then I came into this place, which I'm very, very much more comfortable with. But at the same time, early on in my career, I did acquire a certain amount of skills that I feel the urge to use again, and I think we may get the opportunity, either at the end of this year or at the beginning of next year. We're going to work on a piece of theatre, a piece of Greek theatre. So I'm hoping that I can bring a lot of that physical work to something which is quite extraordinary in terms of a theatrical experience. It's something that I haven't done before, but I've had a yearning for it for a long time. Yeah, one of my favourite companies is Théâtre des Complicités, and I spent most of my time at drama school. The only thing I wanted to do was join that company for the rest of my life. That's all I wanted to do. I wasn't interested in doing any of this. So maybe I'll get that chance. Je suis Richard Armitage. Retrouvez-moi sur 13e rue, en exclu chez SFR.